Hello followers, how are you? So today I'm presenting this video where I want to show why I believe that the pelvis is one of the most important parts of our body when we discuss a golf swing. Why we have to understand that the pelvis has what we call 6 degrees of freedom, meaning that it can turn, it can tilt, it can flex and extend. Okay, so all that will affect in somehow or have some kind of control over what happens with our golf swing, with the golf club, and obviously it will have a lot of effect in our ball flight and ability to make good contact with the ball. So today I'm showing a golfer that I met last week at Greenbrier, the Prom, that I work a little bit with him on the range. So I want to show you how, and this is something that I see in a lot of golf amateurs, okay? They start off with this is a mid iron. They start off with a little more pressure on the trail side. They create a lot of tilt. These are two players with a 7 iron. Okay, you can see the difference on the tilt on their shoulders. Okay, and obviously there's a lot more pressure on the trail side on the amateur on the top. But something that the reason why I'm showing this video, I want you to pay close attention to what happened to the pelvis as soon as he takes away the club. I truly believe in this case, like many of you guys, that all of you, the issues start very early in the backswing. So once he starts taking the club away, you can see how his pelvis starts moving laterally. The trail side starts moving laterally, and his lead side is moving towards the target. It's like restricting the movement. You can see early on how his left knee kind of pushes towards the target, and the right knee is swaying, is moving laterally, meaning that he's creating very little to no rotation whatsoever. Okay, so he keeps swaying, and I could say probably from here on there's no more movement of the pelvis, and you can see the club is still getting, the backswing is still getting longer and longer, where he's probably turned that pelvis 15 to 20 at the most. Okay, and you can see how long the backswing has gone. This player underneath, she's a top amateur. You can see how she starts moving the pelvis early. The trail side, the right glute feels like it's moving towards the target. Her lower body, her legs are changing flex. Okay, allowing her to create proper inclinations and creating a lot of mobility. That is the reason why the club can actually travel more. So she is creating length in her backswing through through creating a lot of mobility in her backswing, mainly coming from the lower body. As you can see, the difference between what she has done, not only with the pelvis but also with the legs. Okay, so this is very important. But I don't only want to show you this, because I truly believe that all that happens in the golf swing, it works like a domino effect, meaning that, because this guy moved the pelvis and the lower body the way he did, now he has only so much he can do. So I'm going to show you a video down the line, sorry. So you can pay attention to what his backswing looks like. So we know, and we've seen from face on, the main things are his posture. He's got too much tilt, he's got pressure on the lead side, and from here all he does is sway, moving laterally his right hip, restricting from the left. So in order to get the club moving, the only thing he can do is start rolling the forearms and retracting his trail arm, as you can see here. So all the golfers, right, need to get the club traveling in a certain amount, and they're going to find a way, even if it's efficient or not. So for him, the only way to get the club traveling and getting it to the top is by using variables that are not effective, like I said earlier, rolling the forearms, retracting the trail arm, hinging the wrist, which from here, we know he's in a position that all he can do is just throw the club out, and he kind of starts shallowing by tilting the body, to make sure that the sweet spot of the club is kind of online or behind the ball, but in a very, very inefficient way. So, I mean, like I said earlier in some other videos, every golfer has a matchup. Every golfer has matchups. These are his matchups from, the faults that we see early throughout the boxing. If we compare with this top player, we can see how everything starts moving. Obviously, there's a sequence, but everything starts moving. She has a lot of control over the club face. It's never opening. There's no rolling forearms. Her trail arm works beautifully instead of, as you can see here, for you to be able to identify what I mean by retraction. That's retraction. As you can see, she has none of that. Okay, but she gets to the top because all the rotation that she has created through the backswing with her pelvis. As not only that, but also she created a good amount of tilt. So I did we did some rehearsals, we did some mirror work, and there's none of this that this player cannot do. It's more either a conceptual matter or the fact that he's never worked with any teacher, really doesn't know how the pelvis should move properly and what kind of consequence it can produce from there on. So I just wanted to show you this video. I wanted to clarify, why I truly believe that the pelvis is one of the most important part of the backswing. Obviously, in teaching, I have my own preferences, but the reason why I do is because I believe that amateur golfers can only do so much in order to create a good structure on the backswing, and from there on generate good contact and a proper ball flight. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be coming up next with some more videos. Thank you.